let's now discuss segment reporting. So let's define first what is a segment. So a segment is any profit-making entity within the organization. So para siyang division within the organization. So paano ba dinidivide yung isang corporation or isang organization into segments? Maraming paraan. So the following are the common ways, no, to divide a business into segments. So pwede mo siyang i-divide according to product line. So halimbawa, if you are a shoe factory, pwedeng ito ay a running shoes, pwede mo i-segment yung business mo into running shoes division, basketball shoes division, formal shoes division, etc. Pwede rin by geographical area. Halimbawa, pwedeng yung isang sabihin nating chain of stores ay meron siyang branch sa Makati, meron sa Manila, meron sa Pasay, meron sa Taguig. Pwedeng yun yung division niya, no? So meron siyang division according to geographical area. Pwede ring managerial influence. So pwede mong i-divide yung isang business kung magagawa ka ng segment income statement. So kanya-kanyang income statement yung bawa sa isang column yung lahat ng under ni Pedro, no? Doon sa isang column yung lahat ng under ng manager na si John. So parang ganon. Pwede mo ring i-divide by projects, no? So halimbawa yung isang business, no, kung kayo ay project based, so halimbawa yung engagement nyo halimbawa ng audit, one column. Yung isa nyo pang engagement ng audit halimbawa sa kabilang bayan, another column. So yon, pwedeng ganun yung segment division. Pwede ring sales territory, so para rin siyang geographical area, no? So marami pang paraan. So these are just the common ways of dividing a segment or dividing an organization into segments. The variable costing income statement na natutunan natin doon sa mga naunang parts ng video presentation is used in segment reporting and evaluation with fixed costs and expenses further broken down into direct fixed costs and expenses and common fixed costs and expenses. So unahin natin ton direct fixed costs and expenses. So sabi nga dito, no, yung income statement mo sa segment reporting will follow the same pattern, no? Sales less variable cost less fixed cost. Kaya lang yung fixed cost will be further divided into two. So yung isang division is direct fixed cost and expenses. So how do we define direct fixed cost and expenses? So these are fixed costs and expenses that are directly traceable to the segment. So they are sometimes referred to as avoidable fixed costs or traceable fixed costs because they disappear if a segment is eliminated. So yung direct fixed cost and expenses, ito yung mga fixed expenses na talagang direkta 100% ay related lang sa segment na yon. No, paano mo ba malalaman kung direktang related siya sa segment na yon? So if you will imagine na tatanggalin yung segment na yon, itong mga fixed cost and expenses na to ay mawawala din. No, that's a proof na sila ay directly related dun sa segment na yon. So, ganun natin i-characterize yung direct fixed costs and expenses. On the other hand, meron din tayong tinatawag na common fixed costs and expenses, also known as allocated fixed costs. Ito naman is the exact opposite. So, they are not directly attributable to a specific segment. They do not go away even if a segment is eliminated. So, pag sinabing common fixed costs and expenses, kaya nga common, related siya sa buong entity. So, ibig sabihin, kahit yung isang segment ay tanggalin mo, kung itong common fixed costs and expenses, hindi siya mawawala. O, minsan nga, hindi siya mababawasan. No? So, ganun po yung common fixed cost, no? Also known as allocated fixed cost. Kahit magtanggal ka ng segment, hindi siya nagbabago, hindi siya nawawala, no? So hindi siya directly related sa kahit na anong segment. So ito yung example ng isang segmented income statement. So if you notice, pareho lang naman siya ng pattern, ano? sales less variable costs, no? Less variable operating expenses. So, yan yung contribution margin mo. Less direct fixed costs at saka direct fixed operating expenses. Yun yung tinatawag na segment margin. And then, dun sa segment margin, saka mo lang i-deduct yung common fixed cost. And if you notice, yung common fixed cost natin, kagaya ng overhead, tsaka operating expense sa 100, tsaka 20, hindi siya dineduct sa kahit na anong segment. Kasi nga hindi naman siya related sa kahit na anong segment specifically. Kundi related siya sa buong business. Kaya dun siya dineduct sa total. So, ayan. So, paki-appreciate po siya bago tayo lumipat sa kabilang slide. So, ito yung mga ilang important points to remember about segment reporting. So, ang pagme-measure po ng profitability at performance ng isang segment ay yung segment margin. Balikan natin yung previous slide. So, dito, no, meron silang segment margin na 55,000, pareho. No? Nagkataon lang po yan. Ano? So, yun po yung ginagamit para malaman kung ang isang segment ba ay positive or negative ang kinocontribute sa buong organization. So in this case, yung Product M and Product M division, parehong positive yung segment margin nila at 55,000. Kaya pwedeng sabihin na parehong silang nagko-contribute to the overall profitability ng buong organization. Generally, a segment must be retained as long as it can cover its direct costs, both fixed and variable. So, ang isang segment, hanggat kaya niyang i-cover yung lahat ng direct costs niya, whether variable or fixed, dapat siyang i-retain. A segment with a positive segment margin contributes to the overall profitability of a company. Actually, medyo related siya dun sa second bullet. No? So, kapag ang isang segment, kaya niyang i-cover yung direct fixed cost at variable cost ng segment na yon, most probably yung segment margin niya ay positive. O kaya kung break even, edi zero. Medyo okay pa din yon. So as long as yung segment ay merong positive segment margin, kahit nga zero, pwede mo siyang i-retain. No? Kasi they contribute to the overall profitability of a company. So ibig sabihin, kapag nag-negative na yung segment margin, ibig sabihin, hindi na siya nakaka-contribute, kundi nakakasama pa siya sa overall profitability. Kaya you must consider replacing or dropping that segment. Let's now discuss super variable costing. So, yung super variable costing, ang kaibahan niya dun sa variable costing is this method treats direct labor as fixed expenses. No? So, dun sa variable costing kasi, yung direct labor is treated as a variable cost. So, dito, it's treated as fixed. So, bakit ito ginagawa? To address the following. To discourage cutting on labor costs to have a larger contribution margin, which may result to low morale. So, doon kasi sa variable costing, no, yung direct labor is treated as variable cost. So, para magkaroon ka ng positive contribution margin, kailangan mong i-reduce yung variable cost. At isa sa laging tinitingnan yung direct labor, no, kung paano i-reduce para magkaroon ng positive contribution margin para maganda yung evaluation. Ngayon, kapag kasi masyadong tinitipid yung labor cost, nagkakaroon niya ng epekto sa empleyado. Nagkakaroon sila ng low morale at pagka ganun, pwede siyang makasama sa buong company in the long run. So, to discourage yung excessive cutting sa labor cost to the point na nagiging low morale na yung mga empleyado, yung iba ang ginagamit ay yung super variable costing. Another is to highlight situations where management cannot adjust direct labor cost, making them essentially fixed. So may mga pagkakataon na yung direct labor cost ay nakakontrata No? So talagang hindi mo na siya magagalaw. So pagka ganon, fixed pala siya. Diba? So may mga pagkakataon na hindi mo talaga kayang i-modify, hindi mo kayang i-reduce yung direct labor cost. So in that case, it must be treated as fixed. At yun yung ginagawa sa super variable costing. So, hindi ko na diniscuss yung yung merong demonstration sa book ng super variable costing kasi itong mga bullets na to, diniscuss ko lang dito kung ano yung kaibahan niya sa variable costing. So that leads me to the end of my discussion, and I'm leaving you with this quote. When ignorant folks want to advertise their ignorance, you don't really have to do anything. You just let them talk. Thank you for your attention, and hopefully nakatulong ako para mas maintindihan nyo yung ating chapter.